glorious king, Sematary, has just ousted 2 members of Haunted Mound. Just kidding. But if you didn't know, Haunted Mound, Sematary's group, has just had a huge loss of talent, and it all came as a sudden shock. So I'm just gonna read what happened. So 2 people, Turnabout and Goner, who were both added at the same time, I'm pretty sure they're from like the same city and as well, both posted the same screenshot. They both read the same thing, saying, "I'm no longer affiliated with Haunted Mound, leaving on mutual terms. New music still coming. Love all of y'all." All right. The moment this hit the Haunted Mound subreddit, it immediately popped up on my feed, and I was like, God damn. First of all, everyone was super surprised. They're like, "Yo, what?" Another person said, "There's definitely beef, lol." Another person said, "Actually freaking the out right now." Goner also unfollowed Sematary, so people are like, what? Also, what's kind of funny is like a year ago, not funny by the, but like a year ago, there was like a meme post basically saying an insider source says Turnabout is leaving Haunted Mound Death Row Records. What do you guys think about this? Now he left. We didn't know Goner was like a producer and Turnabout was an artist. And I'm not gonna lie, I was never really that into him. Like, it just wasn't for me. I like Buckshot better and Sem, but still sad. They had good stuff going, and they had a really solid roster. One thing I will say is, like, honestly, like, they can definitely take the hit, because in terms of like commercial success, Sematary still carries the group. He's like the guy that everyone messes with. Also, I've spoken about this in the past, but part of Sematary's like allure is that he's a bad person. It's kind of weird to say, but like his fans are totally cool with it. Like, they're just like, oh, this dude is not a good person. Like, I feel like Sematary could do some vile stuff, or some vile things could come out about him, and like no one would be surprised. They'd just be like, yep, makes sense. Yep, yeah, totally makes sense. Yep, we definitely saw that one coming. I'm not saying he's like a horrible or he's not anything horrible. I'm just saying, like, this dude is not, he's never been afraid to show people that he's not like lovey-dovey or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, Sematary is he's not here to be our friend, or he doesn't have to be. So that's what I'll say. The first thing that happened is, first of all, Haunted Mound, as a group together, was supposed to go on tour, and they had immediately put up a new poster. And now it's just Buckshot, Sematary, Hackle, and those are like the performers. And Anvil and Oscar 18, 2 producers, are they're playing. So I think Buckshot wasn't supposed to be on the tour as well, but I guess he got put on, so everyone was making fun. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'd be happy to see that. People were really happy about it. They're like, dang, let's go, worth the sacrifice, whatever. But here's what happened right after. Sematary striked Goner's new account. Okay, basically what happened was, all of a sudden Goner's Instagram account was gone. They were like, what's going on? And it looks like, Turnabout literally said, follow Goner's new account at GonerVilleReal. By the way, what's crazy is it was like 6 hours and this guy's already gained like 8,000 followers. Like, geez. But here's the juice, or I guess what you would call it. Basically, Goner's girlfriend took to Instagram. She wrote, "Go follow at GonerVilleReal, new Instagram account that mysteriously got taken down for quote-unquote intellectual violations. How convenient. Hashtag bully behavior. Hashtag smells like desperation. Show at GonerVilleReal some love." So apparently Sematary and Goner's girlfriend that's just what people are saying. They had some beef. The fans immediately said, dang, what happened to on mutual terms? So I think what happened by on mutual terms, I think Turn was like kind of on mutual terms. By the way, it's like Turnabout and Goner, they were added at the same time. They were both fans. When they were added, Haunted Mound was still like, it was known, but it wasn't like, it was like, I think it was pre-TikTok. Like, they still had that core, like, strong fan base, but they weren't super known. So they're definitely fanned out or whatever. I might be incorrect. I'm pretty sure that's when they were added, but that's how they were added. But they came together, they had like the sound, they kind of knew what they were doing. I guess Sematary gave them some sauce or whatever you want to call it. And I guess they had to leave together too, because you can't just, it's like best friends, like you and your twin or whatever, right? One thing, Sematary definitely was not happy about this. I mean, fans are posting jokes and stuff saying actual footage of Sematary taking down Gouda. They're also joking about how fast Sematary threw up a new tour poster. And a lot of other fans, before Buck was announced to be on the tour, was like, yo, Sematary better apologize. This tour is about to just be him on Oxy and Hackle staring into space, thinking about nothing. So someone said Hackle's gonna sit on there on his phone, Sematary's gonna pass out, and Oscar's gonna have to play guitar for an hour. Oscar tries to rap but can't remember any of the lyrics. He just keeps on the guitar. By the way, Oscar isn't like a rapper. He's really Oscar 18. So another thing about this is like it is now 4 members that left Haunted Mound. I forget. Okay, it was Ghost Mountain. I forgot the other dude's name. I just totally forgot his name. Sorry. And it's Goner and Turnout. So, and you know, of course, there have been controversies with like Sematary's ex-girlfriend giving like allegations and whatnot. But yeah, it's definitely not a good look for Sematary. One thing you do have to give Sematary credit for is he built like a real label. Like Haunted Mound is like a real group. But like, okay, we messed with this dude, we met this dude, we messed with this dude. I'm not gonna say he just gave. Okay, he gave them handouts. You know what I mean? Not as in he did the work for them, but he put them in the position to like get all this attention, succeed, and have all these. You can't deny that. So him being the egotistical dude he is, definitely for one took down Goner's Instagram. Like, I'm surprised why he didn't do Turns. You know, what would be even funnier is if he just took down Goner's new Instagram as well, and Turns, and his girlfriend. But I don't know if he can even do that. But you know, like he definitely did that. Like, you can go through the Reddit and like, you know, so the fans on there aren't super critical of Sematary like that, but they definitely, like, everyone was like, yo, this was definitely Sematary. Like, there's no one else that could have done this. And it's such a Sematary thing to do, bro. Like, we left on mutual terms. All right, your account is gone. You know what's even pettier is Goner unfollowed Sematary, so that means they had a little problem or something, and you know, I guess Turn was still following. So Sematary probably intentionally took down Goner's to send him a message. Like, they're also dropping merch, I believe. So like, I think they're gonna get their funds up and they're gonna be good. The other thing is gonna be interesting. So like, this is like, they could probably, you know what would be funny? Okay, so you guys know how Borat, or not Borat, what's the, you know that one movie with the dictator, Borat? Borat. The movie where there's that dictator, and in the beginning of the scene, or I don't know the beginning or whatever, basically like what he would do is he would have scientists and he would ask them to build like like missiles or whatever, and they would all fail because like one would be too pointy and he'd be like, no, it has to be pointier, and they would make it pointier, it'd be like too pointy, and he'd be like, oh, we have to, you know, the guy, and they'd keep doing it, and he'd say, oh, this one has to be stubby. I don't know, he would just like give a bunch of, it would never be right, and he would basically sentence them all to you know what, except they sent them all to like a restaurant. So it would be funny if like all the ex-Haunted Mound members like just linked up and made a group. Like, I don't know, Ghost Mounted, Turnabout, Goner, JJ Valhalla. Yeah, if they all just linked up, I'm not gonna lie, the ex-Haunted Mound member list might be, is like, wait, is it just as long or longer? I think it's just as, no, wait. It's getting to the point where the ex-Haunted Mound members are more than the actual members of Haunted Mound, which isn't good. But I will say this, I think Sematary can definitely sign new people. However, like I said before, when these guys were brought on, Sematary was still like underground. Sematary is not underground. Sematary is an act. Sematary is like, he's got it. You know what I mean? He's got it. You go to a Sematary show, like that shit is sold out. Oh, he's doing shows across the world. He's really doing it. He really lived out what he, you know, he really did. He did it. You know what I mean? And the Haunted Mound fan base like is not gonna get fractured by this. It's just kind of sad. Do you know what I mean? I will say though, they probably do need to bring on some people. However, after like what's probably gonna happen is it's just gonna be like, it's probably gonna be some can you imagine how fanned out these guys, like, because the thing about Sematary is he's only gonna bring on people, if he does bring up people, that have like that Haunted Mound sound. The only way to have that Haunted Mound sound is because it's like so new, right? Because these guys were also fans of Sematary. That's how they got brought on. I'm pretty sure they like sent something to him or something. Like Hackle too. Like I think Sematary in the interview with Mask Gorilla just said, yeah, I had no friends, so I just needed to like, I never had any friends, so I just had to like post on my story and take submissions or whatever. And him and Hackle just like hit it off. But yeah, I don't really know. I think it's gonna be really awkward if they do something like this. I think like Haunted Mound as a label, it could work. I think it technically is. He definitely owns a piece of these guys' music. Like there's no way he's just letting them music. But without him getting a cut and whatnot. They sell merch like crazy, by the way. They sell like, their merch definitely makes bank, and they do shows. So this guy is, he's probably a millionaire. That's kind of funny to think about. Cemetery, he's got like an M in the bank, but or he's probably around there. But I don't know. Like would it like have the same allure if there were just random people signed to Haunted Mound? Would they be welcomed, like these newcomers? Because now the gap between these people joining is so new. Also, is this gonna become a norm? Are they just gonna cycle people in and out? Is this like 1017 from Gucci? Like, bro, come on. You know what I mean? Like, another thing, what I will say is Sematary is very good at developing artists. Like, he really developed his entire label, so you gotta give him credit for that. I'd say the pros and cons, you can't really weigh the pros and cons with an artist. Like, an artist like Sematary, his pros, the cons are the pros and the pros are the cons, if that makes sense. Like, you just gotta mess with the music. But yeah, just my take on the whole situation. Kind of random. I just some dude I'm friends with just texted me. He was like, yo, do you see this? I was like, damn. Or no, sorry, yeah, I think I saw it from the Reddit post. I'm not sure. I don't even know. But yeah, let me know what you think.